If God offered you anything, wealth, power, fame, what would you ask for? When God asked Solomon that question, he didn't ask for gold. He asked for wisdom. And as a result, he became the most prosperous man of his generation. Today I'm going to show you 30 spiritual laws that built that prosperity, and that still work today. 1. Put God at the center of everything. Prosperity without God produces anxiety. Prosperity with God produces peace. When God is not at the center, money becomes pressure, comparison, and a constant fear of losing it. But when He holds first place, prosperity stops being a desperate race and becomes a guided journey. Solomon understood that the source of true wealth was not gold, but God's presence. Putting God at the center means seeking His guidance in financial, professional, and family decisions. It means asking, "Does this honor God?" before asking, "Is this profitable?" When God is the foundation, even seasons of scarcity produce growth. Peace replaces anxiety, and confidence replaces fear. Prosperity that is born from faith does not depend on circumstances, because it is rooted in something eternal. And what is eternal sustains what is temporary. 2. Value wisdom above money. Money without wisdom is lost. Wisdom produces money repeatedly. Many people chase fast opportunities to get rich, but neglect developing their mind and character. Wisdom is the ability to make sound decisions under pressure, to see consequences before they appear, and to turn small opportunities into significant outcomes. Money can disappear with one impulsive decision. Wisdom, however, remains and rebuilds everything again. Those who invest in wisdom learn how to manage, multiply, and protect resources. They learn to wait for the right moment, to say no when necessary, and to discern between illusion and real opportunity. Wisdom doesn't just increase gains, it reduces losses. And that changes the entire game. When you pursue understanding, strategy, and emotional maturity first, money becomes a natural byproduct. Sustainable prosperity is not born from luck, but from consistent decisions guided by discernment. 3. Develop reverence and humility. Pride comes before the fall. Humility attracts favor. Pride makes a person believe they reached the top entirely on their own merit. Humility recognizes that every achievement involved opportunity, help, and grace. Reverence for God keeps the heart aligned and prevents success from turning into arrogance. When someone becomes proud, they stop learning. When they stop learning, they begin declining. Humility, on the other hand, keeps the mind open and the spirit teachable. Humble people listen to advice, adjust their course, and continue growing. Humility also strengthens relationships, and sustainable prosperity always involves people. Favor arises when others trust you, and trust is built on character. Reverence means recognizing your limits and depending on divine direction. It protects you from impulsive, ego-driven decisions. True greatness is not found in appearing superior, but in remaining steady, grounded, and teachable even when success arrives. 4. Guard your heart against greed. Wealth is a tool, not an identity. Greed begins when money stops being a resource and starts defining personal worth. When identity is tied to net worth, any financial loss becomes an existential crisis. But those who understand that wealth is a tool maintain emotional balance. Money should serve your values, not rule them. Greed creates constant comparison, dissatisfaction, and impulsive decisions driven by competition. A guarded heart understands that prosperity includes peace, a healthy family, and purpose. When money is a tool, you use it to build, invest, and bless others. When it becomes identity, it controls your choices. Guarding your heart means practicing gratitude, generosity, and contentment. It means remembering that your value does not increase with profits or decrease with losses. That inner freedom allows you to make financial decisions with clarity, not fear or greed. 5. Seek purpose before profit. Purpose sustains profit. Profit is a result. Purpose is direction. When someone seeks only profit, any difficulty becomes a reason to quit. But when there is purpose, there is motivation to keep going even during hard seasons. Purpose organizes priorities, defines boundaries, and guides strategic decisions. It answers the question, why am I building this? Businesses with clear purpose create real impact and generate consistent value. People with purpose work with greater energy, creativity, and perseverance. Profit gained without purpose may grow quickly, but it rarely lasts. Profit aligned with a solid mission, however, tends to expand sustainably. Purpose also protects you from opportunities that appear profitable but lead you off course. When you know where you're going, you don't accept just any shortcut. True prosperity is not just about earning more, it's about building something meaningful, impactful, and lasting. 6. Work with excellence. Excellence attracts kings. Excellence is a silent differentiator that opens doors ordinary effort never will. It's not about paralyzing perfectionism, but about a commitment to above-average quality. Excellent people do more than the minimum. They deliver beyond expectations and pay attention to details others ignore. This posture builds reputation, and reputation attracts greater opportunities. Those who work with excellence become a reference point, and reference points are remembered when strategic opportunities arise. Excellence turns simple tasks into a showcase of character. It communicates discipline, responsibility, and respect. Over time, excellence positions you in higher-level environments, surrounded by people who value high standards. Working carelessly keeps you average. Working with excellence makes you indispensable. And those who become indispensable rarely have to chase opportunities. Opportunities come naturally to them. 7. Be disciplined when no one is watching. Self-control is invisible wealth. True discipline doesn't appear in applause, but in the quiet choices of daily life. It's waking up early without motivation, meeting goals without supervision, and maintaining the right habits when it would be easier to give in. Discipline builds consistency, and consistency builds results. Many people fail not because of lack of talent, but because of lack of steadiness. Self-control protects you from impulsive decisions that sabotage your future. It prevents unnecessary spending, careless reactions, and premature quitting. Those who master themselves have a competitive advantage because they don't depend on mood or circumstances to act. Discipline is doing what must be done, regardless of how you feel in the moment. This invisible strength creates financial stability, professional growth, and emotional maturity. In the long run, success belongs less to the most talented and more to the most disciplined. 8. Plan before you act. Haste is the enemy of prosperity. Impulsiveness creates movement, but rarely progress. Planning is slowing down strategically so you can accelerate later with precision. Before investing, changing careers, or launching a project, you must analyze risks, resources, and possible scenarios. Planning reduces avoidable mistakes and increases the likelihood of sustainable results. Acting without direction can lead to wasted effort and accumulated frustration. Planning, however, organizes energy and defines clear priorities. It allows you to anticipate obstacles and prepare solutions before problems arise. Haste is usually born from anxiety or comparison. True prosperity is not a 100-meter sprint, but a strategic marathon. Those who plan build on solid foundations. Those who rush often have to rebuild. Thinking before acting is not slowness, it is applied intelligence. 9. Diversify your sources. Do not depend on a single door. Relying on only one source of income leaves you vulnerable to unexpected circumstances. Markets shift, companies close, and opportunities evolve. Diversification means creating alternatives that increase stability and reduce risk. It could be a second skill, a parallel investment, or a complementary project. Diversification is not distraction, it is strategic protection. It creates emotional and financial security because you know you're not dependent on a single stream. Multiple sources also expand market awareness and develop new competencies. Sustainable prosperity is often built on varied and intelligent structures. When one area slows down, another can compensate. That balance creates stability and predictability. Financially mature people don't bet everything on one path. They build additional bridges before they need to cross them. 10. Save before you spend. Financial margin is freedom. Many people earn well but live under pressure because they spend before they reserve. Saving is not a scarcity mindset, it is an expansion strategy. Reserves create margin, and margin creates freedom. Those who have savings can invest in opportunities, face emergencies calmly, and make decisions without desperation. Without margin, any unexpected event becomes a crisis. Saving first teaches discipline and strengthens long-term vision. It's not about denying enjoyment, but about prioritizing security and growth. Financial freedom begins when you stop depending on the next paycheck to survive. That stability allows you to think clearly and act strategically. Financial margin is the power of choice, and the power of choice is one of the greatest forms of prosperity. 11. Invest in knowledge. Knowledge is an eternal asset. Money can be lost, but knowledge remains. Continuous learning expands perspective, improves decisions, and increases your market value. The world changes quickly, and those who stop learning fall behind. Investing in courses, reading, mentorship, and personal development creates a competitive advantage. Knowledge also reduces risk because decisions are based on understanding, not assumptions. The greater your technical and strategic capacity, the greater your earning potential. Lifelong learning keeps the mind adaptable and innovative. It opens doors that physical effort alone cannot open. People who grow intellectually expand their professional and financial possibilities. Applied knowledge compounds over time, becoming one of the safest and most profitable investments you can make. 12. Build a solid reputation. Trust creates opportunities. Reputation is built slowly and destroyed quickly. Every action, delivery, and word contributes to the image others form about you. A solid reputation opens doors before you even knock. Trustworthy people are remembered for important projects, promotions, and strategic partnerships. Trust lowers barriers and accelerates negotiations. Building a reputation requires consistency, honesty, and continuous quality. It's not enough to be competent, you must be predictably competent. When people know what to expect from you, they feel safe in trusting you with greater responsibility. Sustainable prosperity depends on long-term relationships, and long-term relationships depend on trust. A strong reputation is an invisible asset that generates consistent returns over time. 13. Choose your alliances wisely. The right relationships multiply results. No one prospers alone. The people around you influence your mindset, decisions, and opportunities. The right alliances accelerate growth, while toxic relationships drain energy and focus. Choosing wisely means surrounding yourself with those who share values, vision, and discipline. Strategic partnerships expand reach and combine complementary strengths. Healthy environments encourage continuous improvement. The right people offer honest advice, encouragement during difficult seasons, and unexpected opportunities. Poor alliances, however, can damage reputation and stability. Prosperity is built in networks. When you connect with individuals who think big and act with integrity, your potential naturally expands. Relationships are bridges, and the right bridges take you further. 14. Develop strategic patience. Great harvests require time. Extraordinary results rarely happen instantly. Strategic patience is the ability to keep investing effort even when the return is not yet visible. Many abandon promising projects because they expect results too quickly. Solid growth is progressive and cumulative. Small, consistent improvements generate exponential impact over the years. Patience protects you from impulsive decisions and constant changes in direction. It allows you to evaluate outcomes calmly and adjust strategies with maturity. True prosperity is not the product of haste, but of consistency. Those who understand time as an ally build lasting structures. Persisting with wisdom is more powerful than accelerating without direction. 15. Solve big problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the greater your value. The marketplace rewards those who create solutions. Every difficulty faced by people or businesses represents an opportunity for someone prepared to solve it. The more complex the problem, the greater the value of the solution. Developing the ability to identify real needs is a direct path to financial growth. It requires observation, empathy, and creativity. Solving problems also strengthens reputation and positions you as a reference in your field. Valuable people are those who relieve pain and simplify challenges. Instead of complaining about the world's problems, ask, how can I improve this? Prosperity follows those who create impact. The greater the impact, the greater the reward. Solving problems transforms effort into value, and value generates sustainable prosperity. 16. Develop leadership. Those who lead multiply. Leadership is the ability to influence people toward a shared purpose. When you lead, you stop producing only with your own hands and begin multiplying results through others. Leadership is not about control, it's about direction. It's not about imposing, it's about inspiring. Great leaders communicate vision clearly, make decisions responsibly, and accept consequences with maturity. Leadership requires emotional intelligence, discipline, and the ability to resolve conflict. Those who develop this skill naturally become more valuable in any environment. Companies promote leaders. Projects grow with leaders. Communities thrive with leaders. Even without a formal title, you can lead through example, attitude, and competence. True prosperity expands when you learn to coordinate talent, organize efforts, and create collective impact. 17. Build systems. Systems work while you rest. Working hard is important, but building systems is strategic. Systems are organized processes that ensure consistency and efficiency, regardless of your constant presence. When you create clear methods, standardized routines, and repeatable structures, you stop depending solely on manual effort. A well-built system reduces mistakes, saves time, and enables growth. It allows results to become predictable and scalable. Businesses that thrive long-term are built on solid systems, not continuous improvisation. Systems organize finances, productivity, customer service, learning, and even personal habits. The more efficient the system, the greater your freedom to focus on strategic decisions. Sustainable prosperity requires structure. Those who only react to daily demands stay busy. Those who build systems stay productive. 18. Simplify. Complexity destroys execution. Too often, an excess of ideas, strategies, and details paralyzes action. To simplify is to identify what is essential and eliminate what is unnecessary. Clear strategies are easier to implement, communicate, and refine. Excessive complexity creates confusion, rework, and wasted energy. Productive people focus on the few actions that truly generate meaningful results. Simplifying does not mean doing less, it means doing better. When you reduce distractions and concentrate your efforts on what truly matters, you increase efficiency and quality. Decisions become faster, and goals become more attainable. Clarity accelerates execution. Mature prosperity is not built on complication, but on focused, simple, and consistent direction. 19. Be adaptable. Change is inevitable. Markets shift, technologies evolve, and circumstances constantly transform. Those who resist change lose opportunities. Adaptability is the ability to adjust strategies without abandoning principles. It's knowing when to persist and when to pivot. Flexible individuals learn new skills, explore new possibilities, and remain relevant in competitive environments. Rigidity may look like strength, but often it is limitation. Adapting does not mean losing your identity, it means preserving results. Sustainable prosperity requires constant awareness of your environment and a willingness to evolve. Those who adapt continue growing even in difficult seasons. Change may be uncomfortable, but it is also fertile ground for innovation. Those who learn to adjust turn challenges into competitive advantage. 20. Invest in the next generation. Legacy is prosperity that continues. Mature prosperity goes beyond personal benefit. Investing in the next generation means sharing knowledge, values, and resources so others can grow beyond you. This can happen through teaching, mentoring, or building sustainable structures. When you pass on solid principles, you create continuity. Legacy is not only financial inheritance, but inheritance of character and wisdom. Building something that outlives you is a sign of elevated vision. Prosperity limited to the present ends with you. Prosperity that prepares successors continues multiplying impact. Thinking about the future guides more responsible and sustainable decisions. Those who invest in the next generation expand their influence and transform individual success into lasting contribution. 21. Protect your health. Without health, wealth becomes a burden. There is no real prosperity when the body and mind are exhausted. Health is the foundation that sustains productivity, creativity, and clarity in decision-making. Working excessively without proper rest compromises performance and quality of life. Investing in balanced nutrition, exercise, sleep, and emotional management is strategy, not luxury. Physical energy and mental stability increase your capacity to execute and endure challenging seasons. Many sacrifice their health to accumulate wealth, only to spend that wealth trying to recover their health. Balance is wisdom. Sustainable prosperity includes the vitality to enjoy your achievements. Taking care of yourself strengthens discipline, focus, and endurance for ambitious goals. Health is an essential and irreplaceable asset. 22. Set clear goals. Vision prevents distraction. Without defined direction, effort becomes scattered. Clear goals function as a strategic map. They guide decisions, prioritize tasks, and help measure progress. Specific objectives turn vague intentions into concrete action. When you know where you want to go, you can evaluate whether an opportunity moves you closer or further from that destination. Goals also strengthen motivation, as each milestone creates a sense of accomplishment. They allow for conscious adjustments along the way. Prosperity requires consistent focus. Without vision, every distraction feels urgent. With vision, priorities become obvious. Well-defined goals organize energy and create personal accountability. Dreams become achievable when they are shaped into clear plans with structured action. 23. Manage your time like gold. Time is invisible capital. Money can be recovered, time cannot. Every day brings opportunities that will never return. Managing time wisely means prioritizing activities that produce real growth. Productive people plan their schedules according to strategic objectives, not just immediate urgencies. Eliminating distractions, organizing tasks, and setting specific time blocks increases efficiency. Well-managed time produces more results with less stress. When you control your calendar, you control your progress. Conscious time management also includes strategic rest, continuous learning, and meaningful relationships. Prosperity demands attention to the most democratic and most wasted resource, the hours of the day. Those who value time build their future intentionally. 24. Persevere through adversity. Quitting is the only real defeat. Every meaningful project faces obstacles. Difficulties test commitment and reveal maturity. Perseverance is continuing forward even when results take time to appear. Each challenge overcome strengthens experience and expands competence. Many failures happen not because of inability, but because of premature abandonment. Obstacles are not the end. They are opportunities for adjustment and growth. Persevering wisely requires evaluating strategies, correcting mistakes, and staying anchored in purpose. Lasting prosperity rarely emerges from easy paths. Resilience distinguishes those who achieve consistent results from those who stop too soon. Every difficulty conquered increases confidence and capacity to face greater challenges. 25. Be strategically generous. Giving activates spiritual cycles. Generosity is not loss, it is intentional investment. When you give with purpose, you build connections, strengthen relationships, and expand impact. Strategic generosity considers where, how, and why you contribute. It involves discernment and clear intention. By sharing resources, time, or knowledge, you build a positive reputation and influence lives. Generosity also cultivates gratitude and prevents money from becoming your identity. Mature prosperity recognizes that wealth is also a tool for service. Giving creates cycles of trust and reciprocity that return in unexpected ways. Those who learn to share wisely experience growth not only financially, but relationally and spiritually. 26. Develop constant gratitude. Gratitude attracts abundance. Gratitude reshapes your perspective and transforms how you see life. Grateful people recognize the value of what they already have and develop the maturity to manage more. Ingratitude creates constant dissatisfaction, while gratitude produces contentment and balance. Grateful individuals complain less, learn more, and build stronger relationships. Gratitude also strengthens faith by recognizing that every opportunity, ability, and achievement is not random. That awareness produces humility and responsibility. Gratitude reduces anxiety about the future because it reminds you of past victories. True prosperity begins when you value what you have today while working toward what you desire tomorrow. Gratitude does not replace healthy ambition, it purifies it. Those who practice gratitude consistently create an inner environment that supports continuous growth. 27. Maintain non-negotiable integrity. Character sustains wealth. Wealth built without integrity is unstable and temporary. Integrity is the alignment between what you believe, what you say, and what you practice. It is choosing what is right even when no one is watching. Many opportunities may appear through questionable shortcuts, but the hidden cost is almost always greater than the immediate reward. Reputations take years to build and seconds to destroy. People of integrity attract trust, and trust opens doors that money alone cannot unlock. Integrity strengthens your conscience and protects your peace. When your character is solid, you don't live in fear of exposure. Sustainable prosperity requires a strong moral foundation. Character safeguards your journey, sustains your influence, and preserves your legacy. Those who compromise values for quick gain often lose in the long run. Those who hold firm to non-negotiable principles build something that endures. 28. Learn to enjoy what God gives. Prosperity includes joy. Accumulating without enjoying is a silent form of poverty. Many people relentlessly pursue goals but forget to celebrate progress. Learning to enjoy what God gives means recognizing that work and reward are part of the same design. Joy is not irresponsibility, it is balance. When you celebrate small victories, you renew motivation for the next challenge. Enjoyment also means valuing time with family, friendships, and meaningful experiences. Prosperity is not just increasing numbers, but a life well lived. The ability to appreciate the present prevents the future from becoming an obsession. God provides not only for accumulation, but for gratitude and fulfillment. Those who learn to celebrate wisely maintain emotional health and proper perspective. True wealth includes the capacity to experience peace, satisfaction, and genuine joy along the journey. 29. Trust God in times of crisis. Faith eliminates despair. Crises are inevitable, but despair is optional. Trusting God during difficult seasons stabilizes your mind and clarifies your decisions. Moments of scarcity, loss, or uncertainty test your deepest beliefs. Faith does not deny reality, it anchors you beyond it. When you trust, you avoid impulsive reactions driven by fear. Confidence in God produces courage to act wisely under pressure. Many breakthroughs are born in adversity. Challenges refine character, expose hidden strength, and reveal new opportunities. Mature prosperity does not depend solely on favorable seasons, but on inner stability in every season. Faith transforms panic into perseverance and fear into growth. Those who remain anchored in trust walk through storms with clarity and emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared for greater responsibility. 30. Remember, God is the source. Everything comes from Him. Without Him, nothing remains. The most powerful principle is recognizing that every ability, opportunity, and increase originates from God. When you understand that He is the source, you remain humble in success and steady in loss. This awareness protects you from pride when you win and despair when you struggle. If God is the source, He is also the sustainer. Resources may fluctuate. Circumstances may shift. Markets may rise and fall. But the source remains constant. True prosperity is not only about what you possess, but about who sustains your life. Placing God at the center aligns your priorities, strengthens your decisions, and gives meaning to your success. Without this foundation, wealth loses direction. With it, prosperity becomes purpose, impact, and legacy. True prosperity is not having more. It is becoming more. When you apply these principles, you do not grow only financially. You grow spiritually, emotionally, and relationally. And that is the kind of wealth time cannot destroy. Now tell me in the comments, which of these principles do you most need to apply right now? And if you want to keep learning how to live biblical prosperity in practical ways, subscribe to the channel. In the next video, I'll reveal the mistakes that led to Solomon's downfall, and how you can avoid them.